Hello world, ITSJ here again. In this video, I'm going to tell you how I made this Gameboy-ish form factor macOS handheld. I've been tinkering with Hackintosh builds because x86 will not be supported anymore in the near future as Apple is currently moving onto ARM. Let's go! I disassembled the project. In this way, I can show you what's up. So, where do I start? I'll start with the single board computer, which is already familiar to my returning viewers. It is a Lattepanda Alpha. As I use this in many of my Hackintosh builds, it has the same Wi-Fi Bluetooth card, and macOS Monterey is already installed on the SSD. The OpenCore version that I am using is currently at 0.7.8. Unfortunately, this project has no internal speaker. I was planning to use this 4-inch LCD module that has an audio jack, but the video output on this particular LCD is not working right for some reason. I could have added an internal speaker if this was used, but oh well. So instead of that 4-inch LCD module, I have another one that has no audio jack. These LCD modules are actually for Raspberry Pis. They have a resistive touchscreen, which I utilize to implement a primitive touch support. Spoiler, I broke the resistive touch layer when I was trying to slim it down. To power the project, I used this battery, which is the same as the one that I used on my first Hackintosh handheld build. The battery does not really talk to the Lattepanda Alpha, so we cannot get the battery level through that. Instead, I thought of a workaround to read the battery level. I just let the Arduino Leonardo read it using its analog to digital converter through a voltage divider, because the voltage of the battery is too high for the ADC. I got the 2 wires of the battery and just extended the others. Hopefully, it can still deliver the required current. The battery level is indicated by the color of this RGB LED. The colors that I used are green, yellow, and red, which I think is self-explanatory. The built-in Arduino Leonardo of the Lattepanda Alpha is basically doing all of the housekeeping. I also made these circuits. This has the buttons, a logic level converter to convert 5V and 3.3V logic levels bidirectionally. This is supposed to be used in the middle to talk to the touch driver IC of the resistive touchscreen. But like I said, I broke the touch layer. Anyway, here's the video of a prototype with the primitive touch support working. And this board here is a breakout for the Arduino Leonardo. It also has a MOSFET to control the LCD power on and off. It just reads the S5 pin to determine when to turn it on or off. The voltage divider for the battery is on here, and the RGB LED is also connected here. In order to put it together, I 3D printed parts for it, except the screws, standoffs, and whatnot. The power button is located here. I placed the touch pointer thing holder at the bottom part of the case, but that's just sad now. For the LCD module to fit, I trimmed the Raspberry Pi connector on the LCD to make it slimmer. That's when I broke the resistive touch layer. That's basically it. Do you want to see me putting it all together? Say no more. Initially, the buttons here work as a mouse. These are for mouse movements, then left and right click. The two of the buttons here are acting as escape key and a custom screenshot macro key. And this button right here is to change mode from this mouse mode to Game Boy mode per se, which is basically keyboard mode, which is mapped to the controls of the emulator. Z-Boy is the Game Boy emulator that I used. You might ask, why not just use a Raspberry Pi instead? Well, wow, you must be a genius. I have not thought of that. You can get audio through Bluetooth or through the headphone jack, which I did not have the courage to remove. The headphone jack probably makes this a sound build. Get it? Oh, never mind. Let's play some Battle City. Anyway, what if you get tired of the Game Boy gimmick of this project? You can connect a USB-C hub to get video out, then just a mouse and a keyboard. Now, you can use it as a Mac Mini per se. I know what some would say, but the title of this video is not. Just buy an M1 Mac Mini. If you want to see more projects, please consider subscribing to my channel and or donating to my Buy Me a Coffee page. I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Till next time.